Good evening to all you wonderful people on social media. This is your realtor and investor, Lester Witherspoon, coming to you once again on this Tuesday evening with Lester Real Estate and Investment Program. Always glad to have you on the program. We're always grateful that you can take time off your busy schedule to join us and just get informed as to what the real estate market look like, what's happening, how to go about buying or selling a home, some of the steps in the process and all that. So we're always glad to have you. So thank you for taking time out. If you know anybody who's thinking about buying or selling, please feel free to invite them. Share this link with the program with them and let them join us and let us all have a wonderful time together. So invite them. And we'll be glad to have them. All right, but we meet every Tuesday evening at this time, and it's on Facebook. We're trying to put it on the other sites also, so you can watch the replay also. If you're not able to watch the live session, you can watch the replay also. So we're always glad to have you. So please invite friends, family, or anybody you may know who's thinking about buying or selling a property. Today, our focus for today is renting versus buying. Renting versus purchasing a property. That is what we are looking at today. And in the market we find ourselves in today, it's still a seller's market. And so that means there's a scarcity, there's a shortage of properties on the market to sell. And the demand for purchasing a property is high and the supply is low. So therefore, sellers in control. They decide, got to get a lot of offers for just one property. So they take their own time and decide. So that's what they do. And then they look for the highest and best and see how much they can get for the property and go with that. You see? So, and the thing about it, when there's a shortage, also, it affects the renting system too. It affects renting. Yeah, because the renting price tend to go up also. Yes, the renting price tend to go up also. So before, one advantage people had to rent was that the price for renting was a little lower than the price of buying. But nowadays, when some of the houses got on the market to rent, when you hear the price of the renting, it's just like we're going to buy a house, purchase a home. But again, buying is a process. You have to be prepared and ready to purchase before you can buy a house. You can't just jump on the day tomorrow, say, I won't buy, and just go buy. It doesn't work that way. You have to make sure you have some money saved. You got to make sure you qualify. You got to make sure you meet all the criteria in order to purchase a property. Okay, so but today we'll just look at renting versus buying. Now, the first pro we want to look at when it comes to renting, the good thing about renting is that you have the liberty to move at the end of the lease. So let's suppose you have a 2-year lease or a 1-year lease. When the lease ends, you have the option to either renew the lease or you can move somewhere else if you're not satisfied. It's an option. You have the option to do that. You see? So you have the liberty to move when you want to move. But when you're purchasing a property, normally you can purchase today, this year, won't move again next year. Unless you're an investor, you buy, fix it up and sell it. Yeah. But when you purchase a property to live in, 9 out of 10 chance that you will stay there for maybe 7 to 10 years before thinking about upgrading or downsizing or trying to get rid of it and move to something else. So when you're buying a property, you're there to stay for a long term. You're there, a show of stability that you don't have to move just now. And a lot of things you take in consideration when you are purchasing a property. Maybe we're going to talk about that maybe another time. But the good thing about renting is that you have the liberty to move at the end of the lease or to renew the contract. It's up to you. You can make that decision as to how you want to handle that situation. You see? So people will say, okay, I'm just living here temporarily for now, and then afterward, I want to buy, But normally, for me, if I meet a client who wants to rent a property and the property costing like above 2,000, 2,000 above, I always try to explore the possibility to see whether they qualify to buy. You see? Because the advantage of purchasing a home, you have a lot of advantages in purchasing a home than just renting a home. Because you see, when you purchase a home, one of the advantages is that you get equity in your property. Even though sometimes based on the market, it doesn't all work that way. When the market crashes, there's a different situation. But 9 or 10 times, you can get some equity. Whatever money you're paying, your property value is building up. And again, when it builds up, you can be able to withdraw some money from there in the future and do other things, other projects you have on hand. You see? But when you're renting a property, you can't do that. You can't do that. Whatever rent you pay, it goes to just strictly rent. You can't say, oh, I want to save some money and get it back. You can't do that. So that's one of the main advantage of buying a property than or renting a property. So when you're purchasing a property, you have the possibility or the advantage of being able to draw money in the future when the house gets equity in it, and then you can also do anything else you want to do with it. Only renting. So if you want to rent a property and your rent is high, explore the possibility of seeing what you possibly you can purchase. You will never know. And I've had clients like that before who wanted to rent. After we talk about it and we check it out, they ended up buying because they didn't realize that they were qualified to buy. They could buy. They didn't know that. Because there's some programs out there that can help, especially first-time homeowners. For first-time homeowners, there are programs out there to help you to close deals, to get a property. You see? But most people don't know. So if you want to buy maybe below 1,500, 1,600, because you find a mortgage, but right now it's not possible right now. But if you want 2,000, 2,500, above 2,000, I would encourage you to explore the possibility of buying than just going to rent a property. Yep. If you try it and you work and it doesn't work out well, then we can still continue the renting process and then plan for you to purchase later on in the future. Yeah. So, but another advantage that other people have, that tenants have over the purchasing a property, because you see, when you buy a property, you want to maintain that property. You want to make sure it's maintained. You want to make sure that you're responsible to make sure that everything goes well, property up to date. But as a tenant, you don't have to worry about that. You do not have to worry about that. If anything wrong, you inform the property management company or you inform the landlord that, the pipe leaking, they got to send somebody to fix it. Or, again, it what in the lease to now. Yeah, because you can't intentionally destroy the property and expect the owner to fix it. No. So they got to see to make sure that it's something outside of anything intentional, then they will work on it. But if there's something intentional that you cause or your family cause, then 9 or 10 times you have to work on it and fix it. But besides that, normally when there's a normal wear and tear of the property, the homeowner will have to fix it, or the property management, if there's a property management company involved, they will come in and fix it. So you don't have to worry about, if it's ceiling leaking, if there's a leakage. You just inform them. They will come and make sure the roof is repaired, make other changes, and then you move forward. See? So that one good thing about, for tenants, you don't have to worry about talking about maintenance and all that other good stuff, and what have you. So another thing is that as a result, tenants have fewer expenses in being with a property than an owner. Because an owner, you are fully responsible for your property. You got to make sure you properly maintain it. You got to make sure it's upkept. Make sure everything is working properly, and your house is in good condition. But with the tenant, you ain't got to worry about all those fees and all those maintenance and all that. So that's one of the things good for tenants that I look at. But again, as I said, there is a huge advantage in purchasing a property, but it depends. It depends on the market too. But you can get some good advantage of building equity in your property. You can get a good advantage of being able to file your taxes. Even though things change, market conditions change, policies change, but still you can get. It's not as like it's not like before. I mean, where you had or there are new laws coming into place now that are trying to cut down some of the benefits, but it still exists that you can get some benefits, returns during tax time as a homeowner or when you own a home. So those are some of the advantages you really get when you a homeowner. So I encourage you, if you can afford to buy, better to just buy, and for stability of your family. You don't want to if you got children, you want to be moving in every year or other year from here, there, and yonder. You want your family to be stable, one place, and be able to focus on other things than to just think about every year moving from Alexandria to Woodbridge, from Woodbridge to Richmond, from Richmond to Fredericksburg, and all the other places that's not a good thing. So at least you show you have a stability for a good while when you have your own property. So, and then when you're renting, if the property is kind of the low class, you can be able to save some money. But if you want to do the top property way up there, 9 out of 10 times you're not saving much money. You pay a mortgage, But if you're smart, you can get a nice low rent property and be able to save some money and do other things for you and your family too. You can do that, or save your money and then try to purchase in the future. Yeah, but I encourage you, if when you think about renting and you know the rent is high, explore the possibility of buying your own home. I mean, but you gotta make sure when you want to buy your own home, you gotta take other things into consideration because it's there for a long term. Make sure you have good school system that your children can go to, and they can at least have good education. And make sure that the community, because you're not moving there today and moving out tomorrow. So you gotta make sure there's a good environment, good community, and all the other things you gotta take into consideration before finally trying to purchase a property. But there's a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the buying aspect of it, you can have some tax deduction as a homeowner. You get tax deductions. You can get it when you're filing, but when you're renting, you can't get no tax deductions. You cannot. The owner will get the tax deduction because what you're doing technically when you're renting a property, you're just paying that owner mortgage for him. That's what you're doing. You are paying the owner's mortgage. You see, because most owners, when they rent the property out, they will make sure they build everything in plus few extra dollars for their own residual cash flow. That's what they do. You see? So they make sure whatever mortgage they will pay is covered in that rent. Whatever other fees they got, they will put in that rent, and then they'll put some extra money in for themselves to be saving, to be keeping for themselves. Yeah, yes, most times. That's what happened. You see? So when you're renting, you're only helping the owner to take care of his own rent, mortgage that he has to pay every month. So why you can do it for yourself? Just go ahead and do it. But again, as I said, and somebody will ask me, when is it good to buy? When is it good to sell? Good to buy or to rent? It all depends on your own situation. Buying or selling depends on your own situation. Not because John Brown buying, that means you have to buy. No, I tell you that. You got to make sure you do your homework. Make sure you prepare. Make sure you have done what you're supposed to do and you're ready. Sometimes you're in a good position, but you say no, you're in a good position. That's why normally I ask people who want to rent, I ask you, let's review your own situation to see whether it's possible to buy, especially you want to rent up in 2000, 2005. I always try to educate you so you can explore that possibility to see whether you can just go ahead and buy. If we explore it and it's not possible at all, then I encourage you to rent in the meantime. Let's work on it. Let's build it up. And then in the future, you can buy a place. You see, so I always try to educate my clients about that. Yeah, but you can save, you can get some tax deductions as a homeowner. Definitely, you can really get some tax deduction if you are a homeowner. So these are some of the key things that you need to take in consideration when you're talking about just renting and buying. You can really get some good things going for yourself, for your family, and can live a stable life as a homeowner. Instead of moving constantly as a tenant. So I encourage you, always explore the possibility of owning your own home first, especially if the rent is high, especially this market right now. I mean, you can't find a good place where you want to get up with 3, 4, 5 bedroom for 1,500, 1,600. You can't find it. No. If you find a 1 bedroom, some of the 1 bedroom sales are now almost $2,000. You see? So you got to look at all those things and see, your own situation and where you stand and what is available. And then from there, you can decide how to move forward. But purchasing your own place is a very good route to go. And if you want to purchase and you need a realtor and you don't have a realtor, feel free to just put a comment in the box below. I'll be glad to sit and talk with you. I'll be glad to go over the home buying process with you, let you know what your own situation is, link you up with a lender if you don't have a lender, so you can really know where you stand, if you need to do some work, what you need to do to make sure you build your credit up and get prepared to buy. So feel free, just put a comment in the box below, or you call me or text me. My cell phone number is 302-310-0621. Again, my cell phone number is 302-310-0621. So feel free to call me, text me, or just put a comment, and I can assure you I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. If you know anybody else who's thinking about buying or selling, thinking about getting involved in the whole real estate process, feel free to let me know. I'll be glad to reach out to them too. And just how I treat you, I'll treat them the same way too. I'll treat them like family. I guarantee you, I give you my word. I'll be glad to work with them. I will make sure that I be with them, sit with them, and make sure that they understand first what the whole process looks like, so they can be able to make an informed decision. Because that's what this program is all about. Educating you so you can be able to make an informed decision on how to move forward in the home buying process. That is the bottom line of this program. So if you want a one-on-one consultation, feel free to call me or text me or anything. I'll be glad to sit with you and see how best we can work on some other things and see to make sure that all goes well and you can at least be able to get your own place that you can call home. Yeah. So again, this is your realtor and investor Lester Witherspoon, come to you every week on Tuesday evening live. And of course, the replay is on Facebook. We're trying to put it on other platforms also right now. We're trying to go to Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms so you can also be there, and YouTube and all that. So we're trying to work on it to make sure we reach as many persons as possible to educate them so they can be able to make an informed decision when it comes to the home buying process. So call me, text me, reach out to me. I'll be glad to work with you. So thanks again for coming on this program. I'm more than grateful to have you anytime, every time on this program. Share it with anybody you know who thinking about buying or selling. I will appreciate it very highly. And let them know they can join live next time or they can watch the replay, because it will be on the platform live. So feel free, get in contact, get in touch, and let's see how best we can make it happen so you can find a property that you can call your own, because it's nothing like your own. Yeah, I had a client who were living with a relative, and they had the only struggle in the beginning. They lost their job and all that, and there's this guy. He, just imagine somebody who used to standing on his own feet doing everything for himself. Then everything went south all of a sudden, lost his job, everything, and then he had to end up going to live with some friend, and he was miserable like crazy. So I know what it means. I know what it means, man. I know what it means. So it's nothing like your own. Understand? I tell you that it's nothing like your own. It's nothing like your own. So even though you have friends, you have family, you have other relatives who are willing to come to your aid, when you can get strong and get on your own, I encourage you to get on your own. Get on your own. And then you can have the final say. You can do what you want to do. You can move where you want to move. You can put a plate where you want to put a plate. You can do what you want to do in your own property. But when you eat somebody else's property, you can't do that. Because what you do, they may not like it. And they may not want to tell you up front, but they will start, they act, because the Bible says actions speak louder than words. And they will start acting indifferent to you, and then you start seeing some other signs, and that will not be good. So if you can go for it, go for it. If you need any counseling and any consultation, feel free. I'll be glad to talk with you more about it, and at least to see how best we can work with you to make it happen. So thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and have a wonderful week. We're hearing that tonight is the State of the Union. So at least let's listen and see what's happening. Because all these things, it's good to be aware, keeping the know and see what's going on, And let's pray also again for what's happening down in Russia and the Ukraine, and make sure that everything get under control. And because these things affect the market too. If everything escalate, the housing market will escalate. It will affect the housing market. So one thing affects another thing. So let us pray that we have peace. Let us pray that all will go well, and at least we can be able to live in a very peaceful environment, in an affordable environment, at least for ourselves and our families. So take care, enjoy the rest of the evening, and I'll definitely keep in touch. Have a wonderful evening. Lester, bye for now.